Welcome back, DNS Squad, for another video. Actually, to be honest with you guys, we are actually doing a series, so I hope you guys enjoy. So this whole video, like each video, will be a part of the series. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There'll be 4-part series, maybe more, but for now it's only 4, and it will be every Wednesday.
Family and children.
So it'll just be children and family. So it's going to be a big topic. I really need you guys to comment down below what your opinions about everything on this video. So yeah, let's get into the video. Oh, okay. Everybody's just staring at each other. Awkward moment.
Crickets.
Clip it.
Put the crickets.
So basically, let's see. I mean, it's
a sensitive topic for you because you're a single mom.
it's hard. It's very hard. Like, as everybody knows, like, I'm raising Dwayne on my own, and it's just hard. It's very hard. Like, it's not easy. Like, you have to do everything for that child. Like, guys, when I tell you, you don't have, like, any free time, you really don't. Like, everything is that child. Like, you have to think, like, say that I get in a relationship, you have to think of your child before you even get in that relationship, because if your kid doesn't like them, then what's the point of being in that relationship? Your kid is gonna have a bond, and that's why I'm like single, because I can't find a person that just wants, like, doesn't understand. I come with a package. Like, a lot of them are like, oh, you can leave your son. No, it's not that easy. I'm not gonna leave my son for somebody that doesn't understand. Like, my kid has always came first. Like, even when I was married, I technically was still feeling single. Like, guys, you guys, like, it's basically a story time, because, okay, as a lot of you guys know, I used to live in Germany, and even then, that's when, like, it was just a very dark place. Like, it was depression. I never was getting out of bed. It was just bad. And it's so hard. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, and like the way will ask about his dad. And you're like, you just don't know what to say, because you're like, it hurts you, but you try to be so strong. And then you're like, my kid will ask about his dad. He's like, oh, when is my dad coming? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you just don't know what to say to your kid. Like, and if you're a single parent, you guys know where I'm coming from. It's very hard. It's hard, because my son's only 5, and I didn't ask to be alone. Like, even in marriage, I was like, you know what, I feel single, because his dad was never there for me. He was very selfish, and it hurts till this day. It hurts, and I don't really like talking about it because of, like, the tears and stuff, but you try to do everything. Like, you try to go to counseling, you try to explain, like, look, this is gonna hurt your child, and they're just very selfish, and they don't care about their kid, and they just keep doing what they want to do. And you could just take so much. Like I said in the last video, you have to learn how to take that hard. Like, even though it's hard for you, it's even gonna be hard for the child. Like, you have to know when enough is enough, guys. Seriously, you do. Because I kept giving him chances after chances, but you can only, it's like, it tears you down even more inside. Like, it freaking hurts you. Like, trust me, like, I went through a bad depression in Germany. I was never getting out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. Like, I literally was stuck in the house for a whole month before I went out and did something. Because which was, it was bad, but at the same time, I left my son out here with my parents because I did come back to here. And I just kept him out here because I was like, you know what, it's not fair to him to have to deal with that. Because I went through a hard time because he was cheating and just everything. Like, just know when enough is enough. I'm telling you, like, I mean, it's still hard. It's not easy. It's never going to be easy. The more older they get, they want their dad in their lives, and it's so hard because he's just, like, wants to do whatever he wants to do. Like, he'll tell me, like my son's like, oh, when is he coming? And then he'll tell me, oh, I might be leaving overseas. Oh, I'm going to here. Like, but you don't have time for your son. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, how a person can have a baby with somebody and not want to be a dad or a mother, depending on, you know, the situation. But it's hard. And you don't have freedom anymore. You don't, your friends, you trust me, you'll know, like, who your friends are because everyone is gone. I don't have a social life. I really don't, except for YouTube. And I appreciate you guys so much because you guys show me. You guys show me so much love. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. But trust me, it's not easy being a single mom. It's not. Like, everybody's like, I get encouragement, and it's all because of you guys, why I do what I do, because you guys are like, oh, you're such a good mom. I hope I find someone like you that, like, because it's hard to find someone, and I appreciate you guys so much for that because, like, again, I know I keep saying it, but it's hard. It's hard. I don't even, like, wish this on my worst enemy. It's so difficult being a single mom when you're young. And that's why, like I said in the other video, watch who you're, like, being in a relationship with. And watch who you really, like, make sure that's the person you want as a dad. And that's basically it for me as a single mom.
See, for me, like when my daughter was small, like my grandson, it was hard, man, because, like, we didn't have a lot of money, you know, and I was going to school, and I was already graduated, but, I mean, I worked 2 jobs, I worked whatever I could, and I didn't have a car, we were taking bus everywhere, we're walking everywhere, and I'll do whatever I could just to make money, you know, because I was like, I don't want to be that dad that's either locked up. I mean, I could have did all that other dirt, but I didn't want to be that dad that was locked up or in jail. I mean, locked up or dead, you know what I mean? And we were in the ghetto, huh? We were in the ghetto, man. But I mean, we made it, you know, from the ghetto to what we have now, and I thank God for it every day, man, because, you know, it's not easy, man, and you young kids got even harder, you know, because there's, like, I didn't have nobody growing up, you know, I didn't have nobody teaching me how to be a father, like I said in the last video, and so, I mean, I just had to learn on my own, and, you know, I thank God for my wife, like I said, because, you know, when you got a good person on your side, it helps a lot, man, when you got that ride or die. I mean, my wife's die hard, man. Through thick and thin, she's there. I mean, you know, she always backs me up. She has my back no matter what. She supports me, and it's just amazing, man. But I mean, I know it's hard if you the single parents out there. I mean, I give you kudos if you're doing it. You know, if you're doing it, kudos to you, man, because I know it's not easy. Because it wasn't easy with me and my wife, with just my daughter here, and now, you know, she's grown. She has her own child. And, you know, yeah, we take care of our grandson. And, I mean, I love it, you know. I love it. And, you know, just the main thing is like I said, just with relationships. Is that what we're talking about, relationships, right? Children. And children are awesome, man. And another thing I learned is people do what people see. So whatever your whatever you're doing, they're going to imitate. They're going to say what you say. They're going to do what you do. So you want to be real careful, you know. And it gets me when I see videos of like women twerking and having their little daughters twerk, or you know, the kids are cussing and they think it's funny, man. And it's not funny. You know, you wanna train them up. You wanna raise them right. You know, you don't let them grow up to be the typical stereotype or that typical person. Raise them up to be a champion, man. Raise them up to be awesome, you know, and with goals and qualities and all that good stuff, you know. And that's what I would, because I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and I try to encourage all the young people, you know. Even if you're not my kid, I'll encourage you. If I see some young dude doing good, I let him know, like, hey man, good job, what you're doing is awesome. And you know, like for Matthew here, I encourage him all the time, man. Like, hey, it's not the best job wherever you're working, but it's a job, you know. And you know, I'm not his father, but I'm a influence. You know, I'm that male figure. I can impart a lot of wisdom because I've been there, done that. I've been through a lot of stuff, man. You know, so I got a lot of wisdom, and I want to pass that down. So through these videos, hopefully somebody out there, if I could just reach one, man, that's cool, or inspire you, or teach you, or whatever. You know, then I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I don't need to be rich, you know, but to see other people take some advice and do good, man, that's awesome. So just, you know, I would just encourage you, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep grinding, keep working hard. In the end, it's going to pay off. Like I said, the light is at the end of the tunnel. That's what's going to happen. You just got to keep believing in yourself and keep doing it. And you know, like for me, I keep God first. You know, and that's the glue to our family. You know, I mean, we have our ups and downs. We have a lot of things that happen in our family, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, that's all you got is your family, whoever's there. You know, whether it's your kids, your significant other, then that's all that matters, man. You know, friends come and go, people come and go, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be your family, and that's what you want. You know, so strive, put input into your children. Just do the best. Sometimes you can put your best and they might fall away, but they always come back. So just remember that. You know, a little word of encouragement. And anything else you want to add?
For me, pray for your kids. Because they're faced with temptation. They're faced with the attacks of the enemy 24/7. Especially because they're vulnerable, they're young, their minds are idle. So pray for them. Pray for that protection around them. You know, I pray for my kids all the time. My kids that are at home, my kids that are not home. I pray for them. I pray for my grandkids. You know, because I really believe, you know, when you pray for them, there's power in those prayers, and your kids are covered and they're protected. And so, as a mom, as a grandmother, I really strongly believe in prayer, and so I do. That's what I do. I pray all the time. Also, you know, there's a show that just started on TV. It's called Smothered. And it's the mom and daughter that are like inseparable, and they're like best friends. And I watched the show, and it amazes me how much the mother wants to be the daughters. And they live through their daughters, and they want to dress like their daughters, they want to party like their daughters, they want to be doing everything like the daughter. And I don't think it's anything wrong with you having your daughter as a friend, but it is wrong when your daughter becomes your influence and you're not the influence of your daughter. That's when I think it's gone too far, because on this show, it's definitely the mothers that are being influenced by the daughters. And so I do believe, yes, you can have a friendship with your child. There's nothing wrong with that. Have a bond with them and be there for them, and they can come to you and talk to you about anything, everything. You know, you want to have that open door with your child, but be careful. Don't let your child influence you. You influence your child in a good way, in a positive way. Show them what it is to be a woman. Show them what it is to be modest. Show them what it is to how to cook, clean, how to do things that women are intended to do. Now, are they only meant to cook and clean? No. But show them those things, because one day when they do get married, they do have a spouse, they know these things, and they're not coming in clueless and not knowing anything. Because how are they supposed to know how to be a wife if you've never, as a mother, showed them and it set the example for them? So I highly recommend, if you have a daughter, do that. Don't try to be your daughter, but influence her in a good way. Show her morals and values and things that are going to help her in life. So that's my thing.
Like, being a child that was adopted is kind of hard, because I didn't know my parents at all, and things like start hitting you hard, and then like over the years you start seeing your siblings, like your biological siblings, leave the house for something stupid that they're doing. And like, I look at that and I don't want to be like them and mess up, because I know my mom messed up and she didn't want to take care of us, and she didn't make the effort and time to fix herself to keep us there with her. And like, that hurts me, because she could have did her time and made effort to fix herself. And my siblings could have not followed the same path that she did and do things like her. And like with my sister drinking and stuff, that hurts me, because I know my mom was drinking, and then that made everything worse. So, yeah, it hurts a lot growing up, because in 7th grade everything just hit me hard.
So like, I'm kind of in the same situation as her. Like, so when I was a kid, I got taken away from my biological parents at like 1 year old because they were abusive. And I don't know how you're abusive to like a infant, a 1-year-old. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I was in foster care for like a couple years, and that sucked. But I don't really remember that. My sister tells me stories. And then I got placed into a home, which is still with my mom now. But she was with a boyfriend that used to lock me and my sister in the basement for days, and like wouldn't let us out or drink or eat or anything. So then I was part of, my mom was single for a couple years until she adopted us. So I was a part of a, I guess you could say, adopted family, single parents, abusive. It's just like, I've kind of been through a lot, so I understand where people are coming from. And it's hard because like, sometimes it's just like, you don't know what to think, because like, you think about what they've done to you and you're like, I want to do everything I can to not be like that. And it's just hard to see people like act like that, because you know how it is. That's really all I have to say about that.
My dad left before I was born, so my mom was single for a while. I don't know how it is with the dad, but same way with your son. That's basically all I have to say.
But not having a dad, how does that make you feel, not having him around?
He's mostly my dad, so.
So you just found somebody that could take the place of what you didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been in this household for that long, but I still see you as like a very awesome influence. I could like even like kind of like a father figure, you know, like that's like really cool to me, you know, like having, because when I was little I never had like parents, or yeah, as you could say, yeah, and it was like hard, and now it's like having like more than one parent. It's like cool. It's like I have a lot of people I can talk to if I really need to talk to them, because all the dads before I usually were like abusive, beat us with like when I understand like spanking and stuff, but like now when you're using like the metal part of dog leashes and stuff and like hitting you in the back of the head, like that doesn't make sense. But, like,
Abuse.
Yeah.
You know, like for me growing up, I mean, my dad wasn't in my life, and I always searched for that love, that male figure, and every time my mom would date guys, you know, I was like, oh man, that's my part, could be the one, that could be the one that's gonna be my dad, you know. So I know how they feel, because that's the same way I felt. And it was the time I met my wife, then I really knew what love was, because I was like always angry. I was always just like, you know, everyone leaves me anyway, so I don't care. And it hindered my relationships, man. It hindered even me with my kids. And it wasn't until I learned to, you know, to have that love and just, you know, try to be that example and like either a big brother or an uncle or father figure, whatever you want to call it, you know. And I mean, I give love, man, and now I know what love is. And until you experience that, then man, it's an awesome thing, you know. And then you can pass that down to others, and then you know, you can feel what they're feeling, you know. So hopefully this video will encourage somebody, and you know, just, I mean, something, you know, maybe encourage you, touch you. I mean, whatever you want to call it, you know. That's the reason why we're doing this and seeing what the feedback is, you know. So just let us know. But I mean, this is real stuff, man. It's not just the ooey gooey, you know, fun stuff and all that. This is just real, man. It's what people go through. And but you know, I mean, it was hard for me growing up. I don't want to take up all the time, but it's just awesome, you know. And if you have kids, love them. Tell them you love them. Do whatever you can. You know, your time with them is the best thing than money can buy. You know, they'll forget about the gifts, but they'll always remember your time, the quality time you spend with them. And go ahead.
So, like, people don't understand why I forgive them and how I treat them so nice when they treat me so wrong. Because I know how being treated wrong is. Like, I got stuck in a playpen every single day. Barely got to eat. And then being little, and my parents telling me I used to gorge every time because I was trying to make time for the times I didn't eat in foster care. And it hurts because people made fun of me in like kindergarten, and because I didn't know how to speak, and I was just a late learner, and everybody's like, you should have known, and it hurts me.
But you didn't know, and it's not your fault. It's just things that happen, and those things affect you as you grow up.
Well, so.
And that's another thing. I know, like, as parents, we get so busy and we get so caught up in our own lives and our own situations and things we got to do at home or things we got to do for the house or our spouse or whatever it is. We get so caught up in those things that we forget it's the little things that we do for our kids that make a big difference. And so, like, it's important, you know, to set, it doesn't matter how long it is, but set time aside just to sit and talk with your kids, spend time with them, whatever it is. Hey, come sit and watch this movie with me, let's talk about it, or whatever it is. Make that time, because that's what they're going to remember more than anything, more than the toy they got for Christmas or their birthday. You know, it's time. quality time with your kids is important.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, with us, we always say, okay, we're going out. And even if it's to the grocery store, I will bring all my kids, you know.
See those mob.
And they're like, oh, all these kids are with you? Yep, they're all with me, you know.
2 carloads.
And, you know, and my kids will tell you, I mean, my husband and I don't get a lot of getaway time because we literally bring not just my kids' friends, my grandkids, you know, with me wherever we go. And I always have a mob with me, you know, and it's just my life and it's what I do, and it makes me happy, you know, having my kids and my grandkids and their friends and so on with me, because at least I know they're safe, I know they're in good hands, and I'm giving them my time. You know, there's times we're in the car. I have a van, so we're in the van, and I don't particularly like what they listen to, but I let them be in charge of the radio, and I'll rock to Cardi B. You know, it's not my thing. It's not my favorite. It's not my choice. But it's okay. Just have fun with your kids. Be silly. Do things with them, because that's what they're going to remember.
Yep.
And I feel like when you give your kids punishments, you should like make sure you think about it first. You know, because like some parents are like spanking. I don't think that's bad, but I feel like grounding's okay, stuff like that. But I feel like when I was a kid, like they make you do stuff that you'll think about when you're older, and you're like, that wasn't okay. Like when I was a kid, one of my previous fathers made me like, there's this karate thing, and it was called sweep the floors, and there's like a whole bunch of like crawling and stuff, and if we didn't pick up all the dog poop in the backyard, we used to have to crawl through it, and then we'd have to pick it up with our hands and then throw it away. That's not enough punishment that would be like okay to anything.
Yeah, it should be appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. All I was gonna say is, I know, like, sometimes when I'm in the kitchen cooking, or I'm in my room cleaning, or I'm in the middle of laundry, like, Tiana and Madi are my babies, they're the youngest, and they would come to me and, oh, come watch, look at this, or look what I could do, or come see what this is, and then I would be like, okay, stop, I'm doing something, like, shoo them away, because I wanted to get it done. And the more I realized I was doing that, the more I was like, you know what, that's not good. I need to stop doing that, because are they less important than me getting the laundry folded? Or are they less important than me finishing scrubbing the bathtub? You know, so I had to like remind myself and take myself out of myself and be like, okay, no. Let me stop what I'm doing. It's not going to kill me to give them a little bit of time. And so I would stop what I was doing, and then it would, Madi had this thing with the hula hoop, you know, and she was like a little gordita, and she would hold the hula hoop, and she would be like spinning it like this, and I'm like, no, you gotta move your body, and she's like, no, you move the hula hoop, you know, but to her, she was doing it, and she was rocking it, and she was top of the line on it, you know. And so, like, I'm doing laundry, and she's like, Mom, watch. And I would usually be like, no, stop, let me do this. You know, in my mind, it wasn't a big deal. But in her little mind, it was like the biggest deal ever, and she was a superhero at it, and she needed to show everybody how good she was. So I actually, as now I'm even better at it now that I have my grandsons, but when I had them, I really learned, stop what you're doing. It's okay. Stop what you're doing and give them that attention, whatever it is. If it's Madi spinning the hoop around her, then I was going to watch Madi spin the hoop around her. You know, Tiana, she thought she was skipping when all she was doing was rocking one foot in front of the other. But she really thought she was skipping. She thought she was the best at it. So, I mean, you guys are laughing, but this is true. This is real life. And so, my point is, it was a big deal to them. It wasn't to me. I didn't think it was a big deal at the time. I would rather do other things, but I had to learn to step back and say, no, This is a big deal. Because what I've learned over the years, if it's a big deal to them, then you need to make it a big deal to you. Because when they can trust you with that little bit that they felt was a big deal, then as they get older, they'll trust you with the big deal stuff. The stuff that really means something, that you're gonna want to know as a mom. And so learn now when they're little that everything that they want to show you or they want you to see is a big deal to them. Because as they get older, those big deals are going to become big deals to you as a parent. And so make sure that they can trust you with the little, so they'll go to you when it's the big stuff. That's all my last point I wanted to make, because that's something as a mom that I've learned over the years, and it makes a difference.
I got one real quick. Okay. So, like, my grandson, he thought he broke our gate. We have this gate that you unlock, right? And it's been broken I don't know how many times for my boys. And it's cracked. But come to find out, Matthew broke it. Right? Because he got stuck and, like, there's two pieces. If those of you know with the gates that lock in, like the two pieces, right? So he went and tried to go and it snapped. And I guess, you know, he didn't tell me or nothing. So when my grandson went to open it, he pushed on it and it snapped. And he was scared, like he was like super scared, you know. And back in the day, like with my sons, I used to get mad and I would like spank them or, you know, give them some kind of chore to do or something. But he was really scared and he was like, oh, Papa, I broke it and oh, am I grounded? Oh. And I said, well, let me see. Let me go check it out. So I look at it and just something like for me, man, is what I learned talking about the love is, you know, when he told me, I told him thank you. I said, you know what, thank you for telling me and being honest. Because he was really scared. He thought he was going to get either a spanking or some kind of discipline. And I didn't even do nothing. I just said, thank you for telling me. Thank you for being honest. And now he's more comfortable telling me if he does something, he's not scared. Because that's one thing, you don't want your kids to be scared of you. You don't want your kids to be like, man, I can't even tell my dad because he's going to get upset and do something, you know. And I mean, there's consequences to certain things, but you know what? It's a door. It ain't like I can't fix it. I can fix anything. So it was just the fact that he was honest, and he said he seen his papa not getting mad at him. So and now he trusts me. He tells me if he does something. Yeah, he feels bad, and then he says sorry, and I just tell him just learn from it, you know. So, and those of you out there, if your kids are making mistakes and you know, they're doing stuff, I mean, unless they're doing it intentionally, of course, but, I mean, if they're like, it's an accident or something they do, man, just love them, man. And you know, once they can trust that, hey, mom and dad ain't going to get upset at me like a normal crazy parent would, then they'll be more trusting, like my wife said. They'll be like, okay, I can tell them, I can talk, you know, and talk with your kids, man, and be straight up, be for real, and just love on them, man, because they're going to grow up and they're going to do their own thing. So, you know, and yeah, I mean, that's something small, you know. I mean, my other son wrecked my car, you know, and I was upset, but hey, it's a car, it could be fixed, and we fixed it. So that's all I have to say.
Video. Alright, DNS Squad, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that series of 1. And again, put your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to share it. Please, please, please share it. It'll help me so much. Guys, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Come on. I know you guys can do it. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notified button like I always say. And thumbs it up. And again, we are out, DNS Squad. Bye!